On this episode of Pimp My Setup, I'm going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact, because the show starts now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 172, recorded live on December 27th, 2016. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful Hanukkah, which is still going on, Kwanzaa, whatever it is you celebrate. I hope it was great. If not, I hope you had a great freaking Sunday. Regardless of the fact, I'm excited because, you know what, as much as I love Christmas, I just didn't feel it this year. And regardless of the fact, I'm just happy that the holidays are basically just about done. And we kind of get back to focusing on what matters, which is, grinding. Setups. Yeah. By the way, if you got anything cool for your setup this year, let us know by dropping a comment down below. Definitely want to read it. Some people got IHOP gift cards. Really something useful for a setup, I would say. But yeah, let's talk about some setups. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly. And we also got T Fizzle, the
Happy New Year.
The most excited freaking producer in the world. By the way, if you want to submit your setup, pimpmysetup.com/Q is the place to go. And I think that's about all I got to say. We're going to be doing a wrap-up, by the way, for the end of the year of the top setups, the worst setups, all that stuff. Stay tuned. But regardless, let's hop into the first setup of the day submitted by Matthew. Now, Matthew here is, I don't have his age. Actually, 2 people today did not share their age with me, so that's kind of annoying. But I'm going to make the assumption based on some of the info I got. He's a little bit younger, maybe like 14, 15, if I had to guess. Regardless, he said that he uses this setup for gaming and listening to music. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's super simple. I mean, listening to music on those speakers maybe is not the best thing in the world. But nitpicking, because look at how clean everything is in this setup. Cable management, awesome. Usability, out of sight, out of mind. Everything's good. Are those Webkins, Tom?
I don't know.
I think that's really what they're called, right? We were never into that. A little different. But he's got Rubik's Cubes. He has a nice stand for his PlayStation. Really, it's just like the right amount of desk space, I think, for what he's doing. Mainly, I would say not to put the computer there because it does kind of take away from how clean it is, and I think putting that to the side of the desk would work and could be good. If he had an awesome side panel where it showed off the internals and crazy NCXT Hue Plus or something like that, I think it would look pretty damn nicely. That's not English, but it's how good.
You get it.
Yeah, you get it. But yeah, I think really it comes down to upgrading his equipment and then of course theme, because you gotta say, Tom, there's nothing on the walls, right?
It looks like a clean slate, so I mean, might as well just put some stuff up there.
Yeah, which is always good. A clean slate is good. It's better than, having stickers that you put on when you were a little kid and now you have to take them off and all that. So I agree, clean slate, definitely need to take the next step forward. And then his mouse pad is also like the size of like my toe. My toe is not that big. So yeah, I definitely think he needs like an extended mouse pad. That'll help a lot. So really it's just kind of upgrading accessories and bringing a theme to the front of this setup and it will be perfect. But everything else he did a pretty good job with. So, considering you're, I don't know how old, good job.
You're blank age.
You're blank age. So yeah, keep it up, blank age. Anyways, let's go to the next setup. This one, there's a lot more to talk about. And there's a few setups today that are like, for some reason, the photos, they just don't send the high quality photos. So regardless, here it is. Ethan's setup. He's 18. He said that he uses this setup specifically for photo and video editing. Also, this is an extra room, so his bed's not in or anything like that. So he also claims it as his man cave where he can hang out, have some friends over, smoke some weed. No, I don't know if he does that. But yeah, I mean, we got this one photo. The next photo shows the cable management. There's a photo after that kind of shows he's got this huge ass room that looks really nice. And then one more photo that shows sort of like he's got the dresser and some interesting stuff, a salt lamp. So he obviously got 85 or higher because anyone with a salt lamp can't get lower than that. And then he's got like, photos that he's actually taken himself all throughout the room, which I think is a really nice touch, and I really like when people do that. If you look at that photo, the dog on the left, he actually took that. He took his dog up into space and somehow did it. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Just kidding. And then that New York one, he actually had a stencil in front of his lens.
It's awesome. I mean,
yeah, really.
Really incredible. It seems like he didn't do that, but
yeah, crafty as hell. You know what I'm saying? Crafty as hell. Anyways, so really taking a look at this setup, focusing only on that, obviously, aside from all the other things in the room, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. He's got a great microphone from Blue. We love Blue. And a nice mic arm, pop filter. That's good. He said that he tried out the whole custom PC world and it just wasn't for him. And considering he does mainly media, a lot of those people are focused on Apple Mac setups anyway. So nothing wrong with that. Really, though, I think the speakers, the best he could really do with it, I think the usability is a little bit odd because I would have guessed him sitting where the cinema display is, sitting more centered there. But he's not. And I see there's obviously the separation between the two desk pieces, but he's sitting into that corner side, which it doesn't look tight at all, but then using that left display seems to be a little bit hard to do. I think this desk isn't really ideal. Considering he has quite a bit of room, a bigger L desk would be a lot nicer, all the way up to where the old iMac is in the corner there, and then all the way wrapped up to where that dresser is. I think if he utilized that space, he would be able to get maybe a little bit more usability out of it. I think that's kind of what's hurting him a little bit. But what do you think about this, Tom? Is there something that jumps out at you that you just don't like, or is there something you want to fix?
No, not really. I mean, we did this on South Spotlight, and I just liked it because of how clean it was and how you can utilize the whole room and make it look clean AF, as the kids like to say. But yeah, a new desk is nice, but I think it's fine for now. Yeah. I mean, it fits the room. It kind of fits the room. I mean,
it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, but a new desk or a new little table for the iMacs, display them a little bit better maybe, because those old iMacs are really cool. I think if you display them a little bit better, it'll look
don't
like
cover
cool.
them like that.
Yeah, it just looks a little weird there. So maybe if you do get a new desk that wraps around and goes to that wall, then you could display them a little bit better.
Put them like on a cool shelf where they're like stacked on top of each other or something.
Yeah,
it would look cool. But I agree with Tom. Like, it's an awesome man cave. It's a whole room dedicated to whatever he wants, which is really nice. But I definitely think at the end of the day, little things here and there with the cables, if you look at them, yeah, sure, mainly managed. Things here and there, though, I would just kind of a little bit of tape, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But it's not a bad setup by any means. But we're just nitpicking, of course. And someone said something about the chair. You could see, yeah, obviously it's been there. It's been done. It's been used. And he actually said he plans on getting a new one soon enough. So I'm sure that person's happy to know. Regardless, let's go to the next setup submitted by Marcel. He's 13 and he's a YouTuber. His channel is Fiskey, so Fiskey. And yeah, this is like a very simple, straight to the point setup. He's using IKEA Bacant, and he's got, the nice, I think the Audio Engine A2s. He's got a pretty cool lamp, which I think he said was just from like Target in clearance. That's a really cool lamp, and I actually think that's a big part of what makes this setup cool. Not only because of the colored LED, but the fact that it's unique and it kind of adds to the simplicity of the setup. And he also has like that little stone little thing to the side. He says when he eats, he uses that. So he was kind of like, yeah, I eat in my setup. Not a lot of people do that. I eat in my setup. As long as you're not a pig that doesn't have, manners, you'll be fine. So it's cool that you have that. You're worried about ruining the desk. So at least if it's a hot plate, that's good. Surprisingly, we don't see that often, if ever. So
because you usually have like a mouse pad or something like that, where it's like okay to put a plate on your mouse pad, but
yeah, so he's got even like I think the Bose SoundLink Mini or whatever under his monitor, in addition to the card reader or USB hub, whatever that could be. I can't really see from here. He's got some stuff mounted to the underside. That's nice. So I think really the complete usability side of it, it's perfect. He's not in too much of a tight spot. He's not really worried about not having room to use his mouse and such. But here's the thing: the IKEA Bacant is and can be used as a sit-stand desk if you get, I think it's like an upgrade or like the more expensive model, whatever, but I don't think that's what this is. So the cable management is a little bit confusing to me because normally it would be like a strand that can be, it's not hard to bring the desk up and down and the cables being tugged on or anything, but he's got like a cable loom and then he's got the speaker cable wrapped around it. So I mean, yes, it's all managed and it's nice, and I didn't give you a terrible score at all. I think I still gave you like a 9, but the way I said 9 was a little bit 9. But 9. But the problem with the this is it looks like weird, right? What do you think of when you see that?
It looks like you could like untangle and then do jumper up with it. And that's
yeah, right. Like gotta get my reps in.
But like I feel like that it's like so tight, like he can't put it anywhere else. So that's what he has to do, unless he gets like a longer cable or something like that. I don't know really how
well, he's
that
in
works.
the chat right now. He said it's not a sit stand, and I know I said that. I said if you had the more expensive version, and actually the Bacon, it is a sit stand desk if you had those parts, but since this isn't, that cable management doesn't make sense. So had it been a sit stand desk, it actually would have worked in your favor, because it's like, oh, he doesn't want to like adhere it to the underside of the desk. He needs a little bit of slack.
If it's an extension cord, then get an extension for the extension cord.
Because it shouldn't be like that. I think he's missing the idea of what we're saying. Plus, let's see, what was the other thing I was just about to say? Someone said, where's his mouse pad? That's another good point. And then, also another good point, someone said, without having a diffuser, is that light a little bit harsh? That is a good point, because think about, there's nothing covering it. There's no lampshade. There's nothing to that extent. So it could definitely be harsh to use. Regardless, it's not a bad setup at all. Like, I'm just nitpicking. I want to make that apparent. Like, all these setups today are actually really nice. It's just this one is also lacking of a theme. I think that's safe to say. I don't know. Would you say, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, if he's going for a simplistic theme, then maybe it's okay to not have anything on the wall, because that kind of mood light. And I think there's like a picture frame off to the left, so maybe that's enough.
I want to know, is he like in a living room?
It looks like it. Looks like there's a couch there. So
yeah, so I would assume that maybe it's hard for him to take full ownership of the corner,
which is fine.
Yeah, regardless, I mean, he did a wonderful job, and he's only 13. So, I mean, obviously money's coming from somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, awesome setup nonetheless. Let's go to the next setup, submitted by Brayden. He's 17. He said that he plans on streaming soon. And this is not a bad setup by any means. I think if you look at the second photo, you kind of like have sort of that's nice cable management. Like, good job. I like that. You look at it, it's clean, it's well kept, it's completely maintained, and that is the goal for cable management. That probably took a while, as most of the cable management in today's episode would, but I mean, that's clean. The only problem I could see with that is if he needs to unplug something. He did kind of put the power strips right on top of each other. That's why normally, since you can mount power strips with the holes in the back, I would maybe have like spread it out on the underside of the desk so it's all not cramped into one section. So that's what I would say with that. But going back to the first photo, I had a little bit of confusion here. He's going for black and red, but it's not fully there. And I think that's because of the desktop. Although it's perfect, I love the desktop. Considering what he has throughout the whole setup, I was really hoping for black furniture. He's got the black chair. Where's the black countertop? The black shelves. Also, that one shelf has like a puncture in the middle of it. It looks like it's like a cat.
Looks like he just put his finger in it.
Yeah, just for fun. Now, the other thing with it, I like the hats. Like, that's cool. It is a really nice setup. And actually, the desktop itself, like that whole part of it's really clean, really nice. Usability is awesome. Great job. But I think the shelves are really hurting this setup. Had they been black, I think that would have helped a bit. But regardless of the fact, the boxes, they got to go. That's great. You have a 1060. That's sick. But, we don't want to see what kind of skull candy headphones you have. You actually have the headphones. So that kind of takes away the point of showing off the box. And really just condensing the shelves will really help. And someone said, I feel like we've seen this setup before. And you're right. It seems like it, but it's actually a complete different setup. The other guy, I wish I remembered his name, but I know exactly what setup you're talking about. There was a setup just like this with a wall-mounted PC.
Okay, yeah, I feel like...
Yeah, it looks almost the same. It's the same corner of a room.
Yeah.
The same kind of setup. It's hard to really be unique when a lot of rooms are laid out like that. You know, it's not a lot you can do, but it is a completely different setup. So good job. You have been watching for a long time. I know exactly what you're talking about. But really, I would just say like something to hold the controller, little things like that. But aside from me trying to get over the black and red thing, it's hard for me to get over that because the walls are kind of like they're gray, but they have a little bit of a blue tint, like type of feel to it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the shelves are a little too crazy, so it kind of takes me away from what he's going for. But it's not a bad setup. Again, all these setups got a great score. So, Tom, you have anything you want to say about this?
That picture frame in the top left, I don't know what it's doing there. It's like completely useless. Yeah, just take it off. But yeah, condense the shelves. You got it.
Yeah, that'll
and then,
take...
like, it sucks because like the picture frames like setting up for the Ottawa like senators, whatever. It's like if you just put them on the wall, it would probably look better. Having them like just laid out like that on the shelf looks weird.
Yeah, because that's awesome. That's like your theme. You know, don't condense it into a hidden spot on the shelf. Make it kind of stand out.
And paint the shelves too, because they're two different colors. If you're gonna do that, might as well just go black or something like that.
Yeah,
at that point.
The shelves at IKEA are super cheap, so you just get yourself some black shelves, and it'll make a big difference. Even if you keep the desktop the color it is. So, yeah. Anyways, not bad at all. Let's go to the next setup though, submitted by Leo. He's 17. He's an illustrator and graphic designer, and he will be printing something to go on the wall because, you know, that's kind of the thing he does. Now, we're not going to spend too much time on this setup because, yes, again, it's lacking a theme. I think that's safe to say. Yes, it's clean. Yes, it's simple, but where is the rest of the stuff? Accessories, it is lacking a bit. He's got this, like, I'm pretty sure that's just the speaker controller. But he doesn't have speakers.
Yeah.
So I found that to be a little bit odd.
That's a subwoofer too, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he, unless he mounts them above.
Yeah, it looks like there's a wire running up the side.
But then what about the right side? You know what I mean?
Know.
So I'm not 100% sure. So I'm a little confused with that. I'm not sure what's going on. You know, obviously, accessory to hold the headphones would be nice. And legroom seems to be pretty good. But your left foot is probably hitting the subwoofer at least. But it's clean, you know. Again, props on aligning the monitors like that. I say it all the time, wall mounting monitors seems like an easy process, but to actually get the monitors to kiss each other at the perfect angle, it's hard. Regardless of the fact, yeah, I mean, it's just super simple. And yeah, people are pointing out the cable at the left side, and there's one running to the right. But if it's running to the right, like past the photo, that means he has it way too far away from the setup. But yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. What do you think about it, Tom?
I mean, I wish the headphones were blue. Like,
it doesn't match.
He's got everything blue, and then like he just had these headphones that are red. I don't know if you could change the LEDs of like the PC and the keyboard. Then might as well just go for like a red theme, a red and white theme. If you're gonna do that. But I don't know. He's got the razor, which is green. It just
yeah. Like, he must be colorblind. He must be Logan Paul. Am I right?
I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's like, I don't know. Just why have red headphones?
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Maybe H3 needs to do a video about having different colored peripherals, right?
Yeah.
If you can't see,
you can't see color.
Yeah, if you can't see those monitors on, then you can't see color. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about it. Next setup submitted by Andrei. He's 34. He uses this setup for music, movies, and gaming. He's a father of 2, and this is like his chill place. And what's really cool, if you look at the first photo, that wall art right above his monitor is actually painted by his 2-year-old son. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of stuff you should have through your setup. And if you don't have a kid, guess what?
Adopt one.
Yeah, adopt one. Go knock some chick up and get the kid to paint something so you get more points. Just kidding. But what I really like about this setup is if you look at the next photo, he's just got a lot of accessories, and you know he uses them. You know this is not your typical plug-and-play setup with like the simple, overused products. This guy's next level, and I really appreciate that. And if you go to the next photo, you can see his cable management.
That chair, though.
Yeah, that's this chair.
Yeah, it's got a different padding on the back, though.
It's no, it's the same.
Oh, okay. I guess because it's all black. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my chair right there. It's comfy as shit. So, anyways, the thing is with this setup, although everything is so clean, so nice, I feel like the computer shouldn't be there. It's in a bad spot for where his legs are going to be. You know what I mean? And I think because of that, although it's sexy, it really should be somewhere else. And by doing so, it looks like a huge room where has the room. Yeah. If he had something to the left that just displayed the computer specifically, it would look so nice. And yeah, I would really, really like to see that. But I mean, it is like a clear, whether it's tempered glass, acrylic, whatever the hell it is, I don't know, but it's a sexy case. So I really like it. It looks like it's clean cable management in there as well. You got to display that. Now the other thing is, just like, let's see, if we move this through that photo, he's got one of those Diva Booms Aura Box, or whatever the hell they're called, those little lights. On the desk, the clock. Yeah, those are cool. He obviously likes his LEDs. He's got really nice monitors. He's got a really nice monitor. And it's like such a unique, different kind of setup that I really got to give props for. Now, the one thing I will say though, in the far back photo, the first one, yes, I already said it, I love that you have the photo from your kid. And I would say that's about it though. He's got some photos to the side, which is nice. I think that's really cute. But the overwhelming white surrounding the setup is a little too much. So I would say maybe a little bit of splash of color. I see you have purple throughout the setup. A little bit more purple would look badass. But it's hard because the floors look to be like a whitish, and then have the white walls. It's kind of hard to split that up. That's why looking at your setup directly, you did a great job, but it just needs to kind of spread a little bit more through the room. So yeah, I don't know. Would you agree with that, T?
I kind of like the amount of personality and stuff on the wall. I think it looks fine. I think because of the indents on the wall that, like, you know, kind of push the setup into that little corner, or not corner, but like in that little area, I think it looks fine. I really do. I think the white is okay, having that much white. Maybe add like maybe one or two things, but don't like overcrowd the wall with a bunch of stuff.
You know what's crazy? I'm actually looking for a new producer. Anybody? Yeah. No, see, that's what's good. Tom always brings a different perspective and whatnot. And I agree. Again, I think it's like cute. He's got family stuff, whatever. But I think it could use a little bit more color, a little bit pop. But Tom has his opinion, I have mine. So it's up to him, obviously. He might be okay with how it is. And people are talking about the speakers. I think that's when he's actually watching movies and stuff. He goes to that. He's got the rear, he's got the front. So, yeah. Anyways, really awesome setup. I like it. It's definitely a unique one. So, props to him. Next setup submitted by Brayden. He's the other guy. I don't know his age. He doesn't know how to send photos, obviously. So, I'm just kidding. But I do know that he loves playing games and bike riding, much like Andrei, I would assume. Hey. His YouTube channel is Dead Silent 32. Yeah, that's all I got. So let's look at this. Cable management, it's good. The floor is good. He's hiding all the other cables behind the obscene amount of things he has on his desk. And that's kind of where I'm getting at. You got to condense just a tad. It looks a little bit tight. The computer should be under the desk. It would kind of help out just a smidge. Kind of give a little more breathing room for the speakers, which looks like you still have the original stickers on the speakers. Look at the left one. But yeah, I think like the desk, it's cool. Maybe not put the monitor on that box. You know, the LEDs, they're nice, but it's like
Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. But you can see the cable, the actual LED strip. Yes, red and green for Christmas. Don't think that was the idea.
No,
because this wasn't submitted around Christmas time. And that's another thing. He has red underglow. He has a red chair. He has the red mouse. What color are you going for, man? Unless he's Christmas all the time, bro.
Maybe he just celebrates Christmas 24/7.
That could be it. But I definitely think way too much on the desk, cramped. And then the walls, yeah, he's got theme, but he's got like pictures of a graphics card on the wall, like printed out.
Maybe he's doing that like wish list thing that he has on the wall, like his priorities. Like, I'm gonna buy this when I get this
that's
age.
my board of things I'm gonna have one day.
Yeah.
And then he rips it off the wall when he gets it, and he eats the paper. It's like, yeah, I did it. Anyways, you know, I think like that poster with Spider-Man and all the different guys on there, that's cool, but it should be like above the monitor and not like put to the side. So, would you agree with what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just take everything off the wall and start fresh. Like maybe try to organize it a little better. Clean slate, my
That's
dude.
what it's all about.
I'm always scared of having like posters like that because I feel like they rip off the wall and then like tear. Like, like where you have like a frame or something like that. It makes a lot more sense. You know, you can take it off and you won't mess up the actual image.
Yeah, I think that one's like more of a thicker material, but yeah, like look at all the Grand Theft Auto, the CS:GO, like yeah, a little weird. So I would work with that. Not bad though. We're not gonna spend all the time in the world on this setup, but thank you for submitting. Next setup is submitted by Julius. He's 19. You may have seen this before, and for some reason, these people like when they send the email, I don't think they're sending it as an attachment. They're doing like inline images, which makes it like low quality. But taking a look at this, you may have seen it because it was a setup spotlight. And this is just a sexy setup. It's hard to say it's not. It really is. So like I said, he's 19. He's a college student that wants to eventually paint his walls. And he said, what do I do? Do I go for clean white? Do I go for a little bit of a gray? Do I go really dark gray? He wants to know what would look best. So I think if you're watching on YouTube, drop it in the comments when this is uploaded. Otherwise, I think you guys can drop it in the chat right now. What do you think would look good?
Gray. You have to do gray.
Yeah.
You have to.
And that's funny because when we put this on Setup Spotlight a while ago, everyone was like, bro, paint the walls. Paint the walls. And it would make such an overwhelming difference in this setup because really breaking it down, it's got everything. The usability, the cable management. It's just a very nice setup. One thing I wasn't a big fan of was those curtains. I think that kind of kills the whole overwhelming like badassery, if you will. So I think if you got rid of that, went for blackout or just purple, maybe not purple. I would go for
matte
black,
white, like some like really thick white curtains too. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would work too. So just put that on. That will make a huge difference. And then, as much as I gave a great score for theme, spoiler alert, he got a 96. But I think there's a little bit more he could do. Yes, painting the walls will make a big difference, and replacing the curtain. But the right side, is that like hand drawn? Maybe did he draw that?
I think maybe.
It just looks like that side. Maybe it's because of the paint. Because
it looks like there's like stuff in the stuff on the wall.
And maybe it's the photos are a little too high up also. But I think this would look really good. Imagine if he had black curtains, gray walls, and just it would just look so good. It would look so good. So yeah, I think it's an amazing setup, and I would love to know what you guys think in the comments. I was just reading the chat. It looks like a lot of people agree.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of bad things to say about this.
Yeah, someone said too many PCs. Is that even possible to have too many PCs?
No, he's got one PC and a MacBook. That's literally all he has.
Bitch! Sorry.
It's right in the corner.
I just get like really angry.
Well, I guess too many displays, but how can you have too many displays? I mean, really, let's be real.
It looks like he has a productivity setup, and then he has a gaming setup.
Yeah.
With entertainment and stuff like that. Did an amazing job. So I love it. Every time I look at the photo, I think it's great. And I do think if you show the last photo again, I do think mainly it's the paint that kind of ruins the last photo.
Oh, there's a last photo.
Yeah, the paint kind of ruins what's going on there. But amazing. Absolutely amazing. So let's go to the final setup of the show. Whew. This is submitted by Jake. He was 17. Well, he is 17, but he was on episode 96. This was his submission. Obviously, using the panoramic feature on his phone. His YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel now. Chroma Gaming, but that's spelled Kroma Gaming. So go check him out. I think he just started. But here's the thing. He got a 96 last time he was on. He has an awesome room. We showed all his photos. We'll show some more photos in a second. But how do you make this better? Great setup. So let's go to the new photo. Oh wait, it's exactly the same. Let me point out, it's a little bit of spot the difference. You could play along at home. Let's look at the desk specifically. Right in the middle, you see he's got those monitor cables. They're a little bit of a bitch, right? Well, how do you fix that? You get Matt Philly's favorite thing and you pop it in front. A Blue Yeti. Yeah. Now going back to the first photo, you can see he's got his headphones, different headphones laying down. How do you remedy this situation? Well, you buy new headphones and put them on a stand in the same spot. Now, if you go back to the first photo and look at the mouse, and then you go to the next one, he said, no more Razer. I want SteelSeries. New mouse. So, I mean, looking at that, and if you go back one more time, actually, he had his chair on the right side of the photo. And he decided for the new photo, he would move it and put a tripod where the chair was. So, I mean, he's taking this to the whole new level. I'm a huge fan of these changes. And I actually was a huge advocate for him making the changes. You know, hey, man, put the stand there. Put the headphones on the stand. What are you doing, dude? Really, though, I had a hard time kind of understanding the big differences. It's still an absolutely amazing, clean setup. But let's show the rest of the room. First off, that is goals right there. To be in sort of like a little section with a nice bed, yellow lights, and he's got the samurai swords in the top left. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, and then if you go to the next photo, you can see he's kind of updated. If you go look back at episode 96, you'll see updated the corner shelves, which is super cool. Obviously, no one can really see it unless they're, spending the night. But he's got some knives, so when he's done with them, he's just... And he's like, get out of my house, bitch! Anyways, so, yeah, he's also... We get it, bro. You vape. I think we got that. We really get it. You vape.
He's got Jack Daniels, too. What country
17.
does he live in?
I think this place called America. Yeah, we get it. You vape, dude. I don't know. Actually, maybe he doesn't live in America. Regardless of the fact, very nice room. I will give him that. It is room goals. Storage, clean walls, clean everything. I wish he made his bed a little bit nicer and kind of put like a little picture of me there, just so like I can imagine myself there. No, but really, I like
a big body pillow that has your face on it.
Really, don't you think he should have like made the bed up a little bit prettier?
I think it's fine. It's not.
I think
it's
he
not
should
a setup.
And he's just got a couch there.
Yeah.
So wow. I mean, I wish I had
he can like lay on his bed and then hop on his couch.
Yeah, he's like, I'm on a couch now. But hey, man, I mean, again, Jake, I love it. You know, so
I think it's set up his YouTube channel is Grizzly Gaming, not Chroma Gaming.
Oh, it's set in his...
he has two different... I don't know if there's two different channels, but there's a Grizzly Gaming.
Well, it said in his email, Chroma Gaming. Okay. If not, I guess look up Grizzly Gaming based on his wallpapers. Regardless, someone said Luster, he said, respect went down the drain for this day after seeing his vape closet. We get it, you vape, dude. Regardless, though, really, I mean... It's a nice setup. It is a lot of windows, a lot of closets, a lot of storage, a nice mood. And it's just top tier. So I want to know what you guys think. Someone said Jake from Vape Farm. That's funny as hell. Oh, God, that's actually really funny. Personally, I think vaping is stupid as hell. But that's just me. But I'm not going to be like... I lost all respect for you, bitch. Get off my show. Really, I think vaping is retarded. He's 17, though. And what do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What would you change? Let me know. I'm very interested to hear. So, yeah, let's get right into the scores. 88 for Matthew. Ethan with an 80. Marcel with an 84. Brandon with an 86. Leo with a 78. Andrei with a 90. Brayden with an 82, Julius with a 96, and Jake with a 96. Now, here's the thing. We got a tie, boys. So, I think Julius and Jake are on complete different levels because you have the cleanliness and simplicity of Jake's setup, but then you just look at the sheer badassery and overall, like, just perfection of Julius's. So, personally, I would say Julius's setup is nicer for me, but I would say Jake's room is nicer for a bedroom. So Tom, you got to break the tie. Who wins?
I'd say Julius too, just because I like the layout better. I don't know if this is a specific room just for his computers and all that, or this is a bedroom too. Mm-hmm. If it is a bedroom, I would love to see the other side of the room. But I choose Julius. I just like the layout better.
Yeah.
It's more to look at.
It's a better setup.
More eye candy.
Yeah. Jake's is like triple monitor, just amazing. But I think Julius is going to take the cake. And speaking of cake, I'm hungry. Just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm always hungry. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup, episode number 172, recorded live on December 27, 2016. My name is Philly. Follow me on Twitter at Philly. Go check out Tom at Thomas Philly on Twitter. And we have one more episode left for 2016. So, just kidding.